So welcome. This is the Multiple District 23 Leo Advisor Training, October 2nd, and this will be presented by past District Governor Diana Grise. She's a 2021 to 2023 LCI Leo Advisory Panelist. As you can see in this little video here, where there's a need, there's a lion, and we're all proud to be lions. In life and in lions, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you will grow up to be a leader. Good morning, and thank you for attending. Welcome to the Multiple District 23 Leo Advisor Training. I am PCC Nanette Burdick from the Mystic Lions Club, District 23C, and I will be your moderator today. Before we begin, I would like to proceed with some introductions. And so I'm going to take this off the camera for a moment and introduce to you our sitting council chair, Lion Frank Rowe. He is from the Ledyard Lions Club. Lion Frank?
Thank you everybody for being here. I can't tell you enough how impressed we are with the enthusiasm that you have for our youth. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to introduce our district governor, Michelle Wyatt, who has really hit the road running this year to get our clubs enthusiastic and also support our Leos throughout the district. I'd like to introduce our PDG, who has been responsible for so much good work amongst our Leos over decades. And that's Lion Diana Grise, who, as PCC Nanette had mentioned, has been assigned as a Leo Club Program Advisory Panel member to a 2-year term. And she is going to be representing the United States and is only one of 16 Lions worldwide. There are over 7,200 Leos clubs in more than 150 countries. And as a member of this panel, she will play a critical role in evaluating issues pertaining to the International Leo Club program, as she is doing today. It focuses on leadership development, community service activities, and she will represent Leos and Lions from North America and serve as an ambassador for the Leo Club program. And I can't say enough about her long history of dedicated service to our Leos, which makes her really qualified for this unique and prestigious appointment. She's always been a dedicated leader and a mentor, and her guidance has helped found 8 Leo clubs. And actually, I think we're starting on the 9th club. Is that correct, Diana?
10.
Oh, 10. I'm sorry. See, I've lost count here. She's developing their passion for service and leadership in countless, not only within the community, but now she's spreading that throughout our world. And I can't say enough about her involvement. But thank you everybody for being here. And I won't repeat a lot of the information because you'll get a lot of that great information from Lion Diana and PCC Nanette. So thank you. And I'm going to be muting my
You already muted yourself.
I'm sorry, but thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction for Diana. I'm going to add a little bit to that. Past District Governor Diana was asked to become a lioness in the Montville Lioness Club, and this was 44 years ago, and became a lion when women were invited in 1987. She has held many positions, including president of 2 Lions clubs and serving as district governor from 2019 to 2020. Lion Diana and some other Montville Lions started a Leo club with some of their own children, and she has been a Leo advisor for that club, the Montville Leo Club, since its inception 25 years ago this past June. As a district Leo liaison, Lion Diana has helped to start 9 Leo, now it's 10, Leo clubs, and is working on, are you working on 2 more, or that's the 10? Okay. In 2 in District A. She has been the MD23, that's Multiple District 23 chair of the Leo program at numerous Lions midwinter conferences and state conventions where we have had up to 270 Leos and Leo advisors in attendance at one time. And I have to say, that was during my year as district governor. Thank you, my dear friend Diana. And Lion Diana was also helped start the second campus Lions Club in the state of Connecticut with previous Leos, might I add, at the Yukon campus in Stores, where we both had the honor of being their guiding lions. Past District Governor Diana is presently a Lions Club's International Leo Club panelist, as Council Chair Frank stated, for the 2021-23 term, and third vice president, I have to add, of the USA Canada Leo Leadership Foundation. She is presently and has been very involved in planning the forums. So you can probably tell that working with youth is Diana's passion. So I'm going to ask all to bear with me as we go through. I'm going to share my screen here again. Okay, so past the introductions, we have a little housekeeping here. The Zoom meeting expectations for this training event. If you can't hear the speakers, make sure your computer audio is turned on, and please keep yourself muted until called upon. Use the chat and/or raise hand features to participate. We're hoping that none of this is interrupted until the time that we do have a time for questions. So please hold your questions as much as possible until the appropriate time. There will be a time for questions at the end of each module, and thank you. Now for a quick poll. We're going to end the poll now. And the results are, I will share the results. Okay. Can everyone see this? Good.
Yes.
So are you currently a Leo advisor? The majority of you, 64%, said yes. And how long have you been a Leo advisor? 91% said that you're new, and 1 to 5 years, that was 9%. I will say that I didn't take the poll, but I will tell you that I've been an advisor for more than 6 years. So this is great. Thank you so much, everyone. So past District Governor Diana gets to see what that looks like. Now, one more thing, and then we'll begin. Okay. Past District Governor Diana, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Very happy to see that you have joined us today. We have people here that are interested in being an advisor. Some, looks like from our poll, lots of new advisors, and a few of us who have been advisors for a while, but maybe some of us haven't received formal training about their role as Leo Club advisors. So hopefully we'll all pick up some new information. Our goal is to educate you, get new information to you, and to share experiences. While this training will certainly not cover everything related to serving as a Leo Club advisor, it provides the basic tools necessary to successfully carry out the duties of the position. So we're actually going to be covering 5 modules today. Have an overview of the Leo Club program. We'll go over the role of the Leo Club advisors, club administration, program resources, and continuing the service journey for the Leos. Next slide, please. This module is going to introduce the Leo Club advisors to the history, rationale, structure, and approach of the Leo Club program. So the objectives, as you can see here, this module will be talking about the history of the Leo Club program, the structure, the objectives, and we're going to give you current data of the Leo Club program. Next slide, please. The Leo Club program has been around for over 60 years. In 1957, the first Leo Club was founded in Abington, Pennsylvania by the Glenside Lions Club. Coach Jim Graver, the baseball coach of the high school and an active Lion, chartered the first club on December 5th, with 35 male high school students. The club created the acronym Leadership, Equality, and Opportunity, and then chose the school colors of maroon and gold to serve as the Leo Club colors. Equality was later changed to Experience. Interesting point, we just learned that Bill Graver, who is Jim Graver's son, actually lives here in Manchester, Connecticut, and is a Lion. I actually have talked to him, and he realized when he was in high school that other service organizations had youth arms, and actually asked his dad if the Lions could do that too. So he was part of the original club. That was very great to be able to talk to him, and we may be able to have him speak at midwinter. In 1964, the Leo Club program became an official district project in Pennsylvania and began rapidly expanding. And then in October of '67, the Leo Club program became an official program of Lions Clubs International when the board of directors adopted the Leo Club program as an official program of the association. Moving on to a little more recent history, in 2008, 2 district Leo tracks were created, separating Alpha Leos ages 12 to 18 and Omega Leos ages 18 to 30. So they can stay a Leo till age 30. We actually, here in the United States, we don't have very many Omega clubs. They're very popular in the other countries. 2009, the Leo Advisory Panel was created as an international board of advisors with Leos and Lions from different constitutional areas. 2018, 2 Leo Lion board liaisons were actually appointed to the Lions board of directors, serving as the first youth appointed representatives. This was done by past International President Gudrun Ingvedeuter. She's from Iceland, and she felt it was very important that the Leos had a voice. She had a lot of history with Leos in her country, and her nickname was actually Leo Mama. And then in 2019, Leo Club programs reached 150 countries. Next slide, please. The purpose of the Leo Club is to promote the service activities among young people in the community, which will develop the individual qualities of leadership, experience, and opportunity. That is the basis of the Leo name. The Leo program embodies those words by the following: leadership, develop Leo skills as a project organizer, time manager, and team leader. Experience, discover how teamwork and cooperation can bring positive changes in the community. Opportunity, create lifelong connections and seeing impact through community service. Next slide, please. Why are Leo clubs important? Through service, youth develop personally and professionally and have opportunities to make communities a better place to live. Lions can gain valuable skills in mentorship and reach a new audience in the community. Together, Lions and Leos form one family, partnered in service. Next slide, please. The Leo Club program is a youth development program that follows the following objectives to grow the community of young people. To make available to Lions Club an activity which allows them to serve the needs of youth in their respective areas. And then it provides the youth of the world with an opportunity for development and contribution, individually and collectively, as responsible members of the local, national, and international communities. And to promote service activities among young people and offer them an opportunity to develop the individual qualities of leadership, experience, and opportunity. Next slide, please. The sponsoring Lions Club is responsible for guiding and counseling the Leo Club. Leos are a service activity of a Lions Club. Leo clubs are a service activity and not a membership category. Just want to make that very clear because Lions clubs can actually donate to Leo clubs from their donations account. Leos do not pay dues to LCI headquarters. Instead, their sponsoring Lions Club is billed for the maintenance and organization of the club. And they do receive a Leo levy of $100 per year, as long as you have the charter is still outstanding. And until you turn it back into or surrender it to Lions Club International, the club will be billed $100 every year. Counsel Leo clubs in administrative and service issues, including setting up bank accounts, tracking accounting, and establishing community partnerships. Support through assigning energetic Leo club advisor or advisors and attending Leo club events. Okay, next slide, please. Am I going too fast? Just want to check in. Okay. There are great benefits of a Leo club to your Lions Club. A Leo club can help inspire your Lions members to be more bold and innovative. It can also increase your Lions Club exposure in the community as you reach more people. And perhaps one of the most beneficial is that Leos and their families are potential members. Speaking to Leos about their full journey of service, including joining your Lions Club, is a conversation that should be had throughout a Leo's career. I think often we wait until they're seniors and graduating and thinking about everything else. And we really need to let them know ahead of time that we now have a lot of options for them, which we'll be getting into later. Next slide, please. A Leo club is structured very similarly to a Lions Club, with the exception that all Leo clubs must be sponsored by a local Lions Club and provided with a Leo club advisor. Each fiscal year, Leo clubs elect 4 main club officers: the Leo club president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. The Leo club board of directors, along with board committees, are also organized and oversee the business of the club with support and guidance from the Leo club advisor. Next slide, please. Leo clubs are divided into 2 tracks, Alpha and Omega. All Leo clubs must be designated as Alpha or Omega when they're organized. Alpha Leos are 12 to 18 years old. This track is designated for teens and focuses on individual and social development by creating a strong foundation in leadership and responsibility. Omega Leos are 18 to 30. This track is designated for young adults and focuses on personal and professional development as they focus on building community, furthering their skills, and creating a direct and positive impact on society. While youth and young adults have many things in common, these 2 groups are in very different life stages and therefore require developmentally appropriate activities to accommodate their needs. For example, young people in their mid to late teens are likely concerned with graduating from high school or secondary school, while young adults in their mid to late 20s are likely preparing to graduate from university and or begin their professional careers. With this background in mind, the LCI Board of Directors determined that it was appropriate for Alpha age Leos and Omega age Leos to serve in separate clubs. Next slide, please. We're going to give you a little information here. LCI is the world's largest service organization, as we all know, with approximately 1.4 million members. Regardless of the language Lions speak, religion they practice, or politics they support, they all share a common dedication to helping people in need. As an integral part of the Lions International Network, Leos contribute a network of approximately 7,450 Lions clubs in more than 153 countries and geographical areas. The international scope of LCI provides Leo and Lion Club members a unique global identity. I have some statistics in here in the United States. We have 1,693 clubs presently. Connecticut is number 7 in the US with 54 clubs. New York is number 4 with 98 clubs. And California is number 1 in the US with 207 clubs. But here on this slide, you can see the top 10 countries that are really active in the Leo program. And the top 2 areas are India and the US. Okay, next slide, please. So this is actually the end of module 1. So we'll just go over the important points. Leo stands for leadership, experience, and opportunity. Starting a Leo Club program can be beneficial to your Lions Club as they bring in new ideas, new energy, and new potential members. And I can attest to the fact that they are very, very energetic and enthusiastic and do revitalize your clubs. And there are Leo clubs all around the world. And as we talked about, 12 to 18 are the alphas and 18 to 30 are the omegas. So if we can take a couple of minutes here to maybe talk, brainstorm what activities, whoops, we lost the slide. Line Nanette.
Okay, we have a couple of questions here. Will we get these slides or should we take notes? Okay, so we already advised everyone that this will be recorded, and at a later date, you'll be able to access it. If you have any, let me just say here, I want to make sure that I have everybody. Okay, if you have any other questions at this time, you can raise your hand and we'll have you unmute and you can speak with Diana. Anyone? Not at this time. Okay, we'll go back to your presentation. Lion Diana, is there anything else that you might want to say about this module?
I was talking about an activity on that slide. If you can go back to the last slide, please.
I certainly can. Just one moment.
16.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just like to talk about activities that your Lions Club can do with your Leo Club to welcome them to the Lions family. And also, if your Leo Club is already existing, what are some ways to reintroduce Leos to Lion members? Does anybody have any comments on those?
I don't see any raised hands.
Well, for new clubs, obviously, you could do things, excuse me, like host a social with food, collaborating in a fun service project. That's basically what they really enjoy doing. Have a Leo representative on the Lions Club board. Okay, existing clubs, possibly invite Leos to the Lions Club meetings because that makes them more comfortable. And it introduces them to what we do at meetings, and they feel more comfortable, and they'll get to know Lions, and obviously they might be more apt to join when they can, and they become of age. Create common goals and plan a joint service project with them.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on to module 2. One moment, please. Okay, we're ready.
Okay. This module introduces the role and responsibilities of the Leo Club advisor. The different responsibilities and the differences between the types of Leo clubs will be going over. Okay, next slide, please. The Leo Club advisor is critical to the club's success. Critical, as they are there to provide guidance for the Leo's club leaders. These individuals are Lions appointed by a sponsoring Lions Club and are responsible for mentoring the Leo Club officers and ensuring the administrative management of the club. We'll talk about the critical role of the Leo Club advisor, which we have divided into 5 major responsibilities. 1, as a mentor, advisors teach and support Leo Club officers and help members reach their potential as leaders. They also teach Leos the importance of planning and organizing. As a motivator, advisors understand the nuances of motivating youth and the factors that can empower them, such as peer acceptance, recognition of accomplishments, and a sense of personal achievement. We need to identify their individual talents and find ways to use them to instill self-confidence. Although advisors should inspire Leos to participate in service activities, they should not impose their personal views on Leos. Remember, it's their club. When we started our club, the Lion president came to their first meeting, and during the meeting, she told them not to chew gum and to take off their hat. After the meeting, I actually had to talk to her and explain that it was their club. And if we wanted them to come back, we couldn't tell them what to do. Okay, so let's go to number 3. As a counselor, advisors listen to Leos and understand their needs. They must know when to counsel the group and when to let Leos take charge and make their own decisions, even if it means letting them fail to learn a lesson. I actually had to do that one year. Our club had done minute to win it games at I think actually at a Lions event, and it was very successful. So they wanted to do it at their school. So they scheduled it for after school one day. And I said to them, did you advertise? And they said, oh yeah, we put it on Facebook. I said, okay, do you think that's enough? Should you do some more? Oh, no, we're good. We're good. I said, okay. And I let it go. And the day of the event, they set up all the games and they were all ready and excited. And guess what? No one showed up. So it's really, really important to have the publicity and get the word out. And just because you do put it in one place may not be enough. And they thought it was, but it wasn't. And the reason why I let that go is because they really had not put out any money, because they had brought food for prizes and things like that. So that it wasn't going to cost them anything. And it was really a lesson well learned. Sometimes, you have to see it. People can tell you, and just like Lions, and sometimes until you really see that, have some consequences, then you remember things a little bit better, as long as it hurts no one. Advisors must be familiar with the standard Leo Club Constitution and bylaws, which is available on the Lions International website and the official board policy manual. Liaisons. As liaisons, advisors act as the bridge between the sponsoring Lions Club and the Leo clubs in the district, multiple districts, and around the world. They inform the Lions Club of Leo activities and foster a healthy relationship between the clubs and show that the Leo are a part of a greater family. It is crucial that advisors also create a roadmap to help transition Leos into Lions Club members. Some clubs actually invite a representative from their Leo club to come and give reports at Lions meetings, which not only exposes them to Lions meetings, but makes them feel comfortable being there, so they might be more apt to join. And the last one, service role model, humanitarian. As service role models, advisors lead by example and demonstrate compassion for their communities and others, helping Leo Club members understand the altruistic and compassionate aspects of community service. Service is the root of Lions, and being a role model, showing not only the importance of service, but how you act at service projects and present yourself as representatives of Lions Clubs International is crucial to the Leo Club advisor role. Does anybody watch Big Brother on TV? Well, they say expect the unexpected. And that is what I'd like to add. You have to be prepared for all kinds of things. And I'd actually like to talk to you about a couple of Halloween experiences that I've had. Our club does a Halloween party for the area children every year. They've had up to 200 kids, but it's a fun thing because they dress up, they plan all of the games, they go out and buy prizes, they do musical chairs, they judge the costumes, and they get dressed up and we judge their costumes before the party. Again, this is teaching them, they're having fun, but in the meantime, they're learning how to organize, how to plan, how to follow through. But we've had a few things happen. One year, the president was planning the games. She said, and we wanted something for really small children. So what we decided was we'd get a plastic pool and put in the styrofoam peanuts and then put prizes in there so the little kids can just put their hands in. Okay, so she said, oh yeah, my sister has one of those pools, I'll bring that. So the night before the Halloween party, I called her and I said, so is your dad going to be able to bring the pool? And there was dead silence on the other end of the phone. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, well, he kind of ran it over. So I was like, okay. And when were you going to tell us this? So what I always tell them is that if you can't do something, if it becomes impossible for you to do something that you've said you're going to do, or something you're going to bring, you can't do it and you can't bring it anymore, to let someone know so that it can be taken care of. Obviously, because we knew the night before, we just got a big cardboard box and put the peanuts in and it was fine. But again, they have to understand that they're part of the event and the success of the event may depend on them. These Halloween parties were always eventful. A couple of the girls went into the bathroom and came out quite a while later, totally wrapped in toilet paper, because they were going to be mummies because they didn't bring a costume. So that was very interesting. And another time they went in the bathroom and two girls came back out and they were a two-headed witch, which was cool, except for the fact that then they couldn't do anything because they couldn't move. They just sat on a table together, so they couldn't even participate in the game. So maybe that wasn't the best choice, but again, they had fun. And then the best one, this one I'll never forget. I walked into the kitchen and they had gotten the syrup donated by McDonald's to make a drink, and they had a great big huge container. And I walk in and one of the boys has his entire arm submerged in this container trying to stir it. I had to turn around and walk out because I didn't even know what to say. But those are the kind of things, but it's definitely fun and it's going to keep you young. Must be why I'm still doing this, but to work with the youth, because they really do these days. They have such great ideas, and they're helping us, obviously, by helping us with social media, because they are very good at that, and we certainly can use their help. So let's go to the next slide. Next slide, please. Thank you. Okay, there we go. In addition to serving as a liaison, mentor, motivator, counselor, and humanitarian, Leo Club advisors also fulfill a variety of other roles, including the ones you see on the slide. I'm going to point out reporting of Leo Club officers and members in my LCI and the Leo Club service activities in my Lion is very, very, very important. By serving on the advisory board now, I see statistics, and the main thing that we as advisory panelists are charged with this year is actually helping our clubs report. We only, for the whole United States, we only report about 8% of our Leos, and that is really, really low. Yes, it takes some time, especially if you have a lot of members, but later on, you'll see there's more than one person that can put them in. And once these secretaries and Leo presidents know how to do it, they're really pretty good at it. And it's very, very, very important that we get the information in, especially so that they get credit for their Leo time, because if they become Lions, they do get credit for their Leo time, but it has to be put in. If it's not in the system, Lions Clubs International does not know they exist. So it's really, really important. And they enjoy using the computer, so they would really welcome to be trained for my LCI and my Lion. I'm just going to give you a few minutes here to read the rest of these.
Passage of Governor Diana, I'm going to go back to a couple of slides after they've read this.
Okay.
So that they can take some notes if they'd like.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll give them a minute to read this, jot down some information.
Again, another thing that we're charged with is explaining new categories. We have Leo Lion program now, which I think is really a good way of help them transition to become Lions. So encourage eligible Leos to become Lions. And I'm going to add my own at the end. I didn't add this to the slide and I should have, but please, please, please make sure they have fun. It's so important.
Definitely. Okay, everyone, before we go to this ladder, I want to go back and help you to understand what Diana was saying before. So as a mentor, advisors teach and support the Leo Club officers and help members reach their potential as leaders. And if you want to jot these things down while we're reviewing them, they also teach Leos the importance of planning and organizing. And as a motivator, advisors should motivate youth, promoting peer acceptance, recognition of accomplishments, and a sense of personal achievement. I'll give you a minute to look at those, and then I'll move on. My apologies, Lion Diana.
Oh no, that's great.
Skipped over that. Okay. It's a good reinforcement, though, I believe. So if I go too fast, someone please speak up. Okay.
If you want to leave it on there, Lion Annette, or on one of those, because I have something I don't have a slide on that I'm going to talk about now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, positive experiences, positive relationships, and positive environments equals positive youth development. So I'd just like to talk about these for a minute. Positive experiences. By being Leos, students have positive experiences and relationships with their fellow Leos, their advisors, and Lions. Our club happens to be a community-based club, so we have students in the middle school and in the high school, which means we have most of our Leos for 6 years. How many clubs are there that an entire family of siblings can be in the same club at the same time? Not too many. Although there's the times when brothers and sisters don't want to be in the same club, but then actually we ask our Leos to replace themselves when they graduate. So a lot of the time it might be with a younger sibling that wasn't in the club when they were. We usually have a very diversified group in our club. We have scholars, athletes, kids interested in the arts, and those that don't have any other interests. So our students interact with kids they may not have had the opportunity to if they weren't a Leo. So I'm very proud of that, because I think that makes a big difference, because as I said, you know, some kids maybe don't have athletic abilities. They may not, you know, be scholars, so that they're not interacting with a lot of the popular kids. You know, I hate to say that, but it may be true. And in this case, I think they meet a lot of different kids across the board with different interests and different talents. And they realize that they all are very important in what they can do for their community. Positive relationships. They form lasting relationships, not only with the Leos in their own clubs, but in their districts, multiple districts, and around the world when they attend conferences and forums. Students that I have brought to the USA Canada Leo Leadership Forums are still in contact with Leos from all over the US, Canada, Suriname, Puerto Rico, and Curacao, just to name a few. So that's such a great opportunity. Personally, I've kept in touch with many of my former Leos. It's very interesting to see what they do and where they end up. One of my former presidents ended up helping an Indian tribe out west, while another one was on a TV show, Survivor, a couple of years ago. We started our club with a girl that actually came to a district event, the Journey for Sight, and she found out about Leos and wanted to start a club. So we did, and she was president one year. When she graduated, she moved to New Orleans and went to college. Unfortunately, she happened to be there when Katrina hit. She lost her car, she lost her computer, she lost all her furniture, everything. But kind of say what goes around comes around. Her former Leo Club and sponsoring Lions Club helped her get back on her feet.
Wonderful.
And another story I'd like to tell you about is that I was involved with. An Indian family moved here to Connecticut with 2 daughters, and they participated in the Peace Poster Contest, and one of them won. So they were made aware, they were aware of lions from India, but then they were interested in becoming Leos. So they themselves actually contacted their area town Leo Club and asked them to sponsor, Lions Club, and asked them to sponsor a Leo Club, which they did. So both girls ended up being presidents, but the oldest one was president first. And when she graduated, she went to UConn, and she wanted to start a club at UConn. We discussed starting an Omega Club there, and we also discussed starting a campus club. And they decided they wanted to have a vote as a Lion. So we started the second campus Lions Club in the state of Connecticut at UConn. The first one was at Trinity. Unfortunately, the one at Trinity is no longer. The one at UConn is still in existence. And so she was president of that. I was honored when she graduated. She asked me to write her a recommendation because she was going to medical school. Her sister came back to our midwinter conference Leo program. Well, the Leos were in the room at the Lions luncheon, and her sister came back to that luncheon after she got her first job, and she donated her first paycheck to LCIF at that luncheon. So you can see that our youth programs are working. That all started by a young person winning the Peace Poster Contest. So I love telling that story. And these girls were phenomenal leaders. For the oldest one, her senior project, she taught Indian dancing. I don't like ballet or what, I don't know the names of them, but to a group of people, they put on a recital. They made I think $6,000 for her senior project. And do you know what they did with that? They sent it back to India to an orphanage. So it's amazing what these kids can do. But I like sharing the story. Positive environments. I heard from Leos in later years who told me that they looked forward to and couldn't wait to become Leos. We provide a venue to help others while giving positive reinforcement on what they undertake and accomplish. We are their role models. We are important teachers who definitely show them that they are competent and install confidence. We connect with them and show them the importance of connecting with others and helping them. We help build their character and their compassion. We are instrumental in working with them so that they can see that they can contribute to their communities and make a difference. That their contributions, no matter how big or small, matter. Leo clubs are a service activity of a Lions Club, so we as Lions can donate to them. Our Leos actually help with our Christmas tree sales, so we give them all the tips that we receive. And we also actually have them as a line item in our budget every year, and we donate to help them to attend seminars and conferences. Each club can decide what they want to do. Some clubs, when they first come in, they get a t-shirt. Some clubs may charge them half for the t-shirts. Some of the schools have really adopted our Leo program by having their Leo clubs in the school. They recently, well, actually it's been a couple of years now, Leo Smith added a cord on the graduating gowns so that to signify that they were Leo. So that, I have to say, I think really shows that they're backing their club and showing everyone how important that club is. Okay, so let's go on to the latter slide. There we go. At this point, you might be wondering, positive youth development, the Leo Club objectives sound great, but what does this all really mean for me and my Leo Club? Let's take a look at Roger Hart's ladder of participation, which provides a framework for putting the principles of positive youth development into action. Roger Hart's ladder of youth participation is a significant tool to address the issues young people face and how they get involved and engaged in political, social, and economic life in contemporary societies. It is said that Roger Hart's ladder of youth participation shows young people initiated, shared decisions with adults as the top form of young people's participation, followed immediately by young people initiated and directed. It is said that shared decision-making is most beneficial to both young people and adults, that young people are most empowered when they are making decisions without the influence, but with support from adults. I'm going to read this again because I think this is really important. It is said that shared decision-making is most beneficial to both young people and adults, that young people are most empowered when they are making decisions without the influence, but with the support from adults. With this ladder, you can see rung one just is about manipulation. It's adult-led activities in which youth do as directed without understanding the purpose for the activities. Rung two is decoration. Adult-led activities in which youth understand purpose, but have no input in how they're planned. Rung three, tokenism. Again, adult-led activities in which youth may be consulted with minimal opportunities for feedback. Rung four, assigned but informed. Adult-led activities in which youth understand purpose, decision-making process, have a role. Rung five is consulted and informed. Adult-led activities in which youth are consulted and informed about how their input will be used and the outcomes of adult decisions. Rung six, adult-initiated shared decisions with youth. Adult-led activities in which decision-making is shared with youth. Then we get to rung seven. Here's where it changes. Youth-initiated and directed. Youth-led activities with little input from adults. And rung eight, this is what we need to have as our goal. Youth-initiated shared decisions with adults. Youth-led activities in which decision-making is shared between youth and adults working as equal partners. The goal of your club should be to reach rung eight, to promote positive youth development through active engagement and participation. I have to tell you, I was a Leo advisor for many years and I never saw this. And when I saw this, I was like, this really puts it all in perspective. Okay, we have the next slide, please. And I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully I can give you, copies of things later on if you would really like to see that. The difference between Alpha and Omega clubs. Your approach with your Leo club will depend on the Leo club track that you're an advisor for. As an Alpha advisor, you'll likely take a more active role in your Leo club, including that of guiding the Leo members themselves, as well as any parents, guardians, and teachers involved. Younger Alphas typically need more direction than older Alphas. Omega Leos work more independently. You will fill the role of liaison between the Leo Club and sponsoring Lions Club, but most likely, once the club is up and running, provide a hands-off role. You are supporting the personal and professional development of LEOs between the ages of 18 and 30. So please be cognizant of issues that are regular for college students, young professionals, and young families. Regardless of whether your LEOs are alphas or omegas, rung 8 on that ladder of participation, we just discussed is an ideal goal to strive for. This rung represents the very top of the ladder and involves youth-related shared decisions with adults. Okay. You go to the next slide, please.
Yes.
Okay, community-based or school-based clubs. Your engagement approach may also depend on where the Leo Club is located. Community-based Leo clubs offer membership to any eligible young person within the local area of the Lions Club. These clubs meet at a suitable location in the community, though they can meet virtually or have a hybrid meeting schedule. Most of our Leo clubs do meet twice a month. Some maybe only once a month, but then they increase when they have activities going on that they may need to meet about. My experience has kind of been, they can send out an email and say, okay, in 2 weeks, we're going to help Habitat for Humanity. You bring the paint, I'll bring this, and they just show up. I mean, they quickly actually do things as far as, you know, sometimes Lions Club take a month just to get the committee together and get the committee chair and all that. So, you know, the kids are just, they want to do the service and they're right there to do it. School-based Leo clubs work as liaison to the schools. Most school-based clubs require a faculty advisor who may or may not be members of the sponsoring Lions Club. Some schools may charge the Lions Club to have a club in their school. Faculty advisors are typically involved in the day-to-day affairs, but should update the Leo Club co-advisor frequently. Before the Leo Club is organized, the Lions Club and school should agree with procedures for organizing club activities on and off school property, which adhere to school policies and Lion policies. Let's see here. With school-based clubs, I'd actually like to suggest having speakers that talk about what Lions do. It's very difficult because sometimes they meet during the middle of the day, sometimes they meet after school, but otherwise it just seems to become a community service club with no or little knowledge about Lionism. We did a survey at a midwinter conference a few years ago, and we were very surprised to learn that most of the school-based clubs were not really aware of what Lions do. And they weren't donating to LCIF or anything. So I think it's really important that we are sponsoring those clubs, and we really need for them to know what we're about. And if we can't get speakers in there, then actually you try to do some type of joint events with them so that they see firsthand what Lions do. The other thing is that with school-based clubs, you do really have to be careful because everything has to be approved by the school. Your funds have to go through the school. So if you're having a dance and you need a check to pay the disc jockey, if they haven't ordered it and you can't get it, then somebody else is going to have to, you know, come up with the money and be reimbursed. But obviously you can get into some type of a system with the school. But again, if something like that comes up at the last minute, it's harder to take care of. The other thing is that you have to go by school rules, which means 1 year we had for our conference, the weather wasn't good for our Leo program at the midwinter, and the forecast wasn't good. And we had a couple of clubs that were actually school-based, and the school was providing a bus for them to get there that morning. And because of the weather forecast, the school would not let the bus come. So all of those kids could not come. So again, there are pluses and minuses. I mean, being school-based, I think they're probably very visible and kids are maybe more aware of the club. But if you meet with people at your area schools and talk to them about your community-based club, they usually let you put up flyers, and the guidance counselors will let the kids know about the school, about the club, the Leo Club, because obviously a lot of the schools require community service hours to graduate. So they need them. National Honor Society, they need hours. some religions, they need community service hours for their church, that kind of thing. So the schools usually do support us very well. And sometimes they even let us go in when they may have an open house for the parents to come in and do show what clubs are involved with the school. They sometimes let us join. So just check with your school systems, because most of them will be very accommodating. They let us use we have dances in the middle school, that kind of thing. So just check with them. Next slide. Okay. I do want to add a couple of things in here before we get to the actual end of this. Recruiting new members. Obviously, finding new members is critical to your club's success. While Leos should organize and coordinate Leo Club membership recruitment, they may look to the advisors for guidance. The first step to recruit new members is to spread the word about your club. Leos can contact their friends, family members, neighbors, classmates, teammates, and members of other local clubs. Teachers, coaches, clergy, and community leaders can also help identify potential new members. I have to tell you, I've had almost a full boys soccer team, almost a full girls soccer team in the club at the same time. Usually once you get a few that are involved with something, they bring their friends and they bring their teammates. Encourage Leos to invite potential new members to participate in a service activity or attend a club meeting. The service activity always pulls people in. Leos can also use social media to publicize the club's activities and recruit new members. One year, a district governor had a rally, and he actually did an amazing race for the Leos to have them be included, which I thought was great. So I kept going to my Leo club and said, we need a team for this amazing race. It's going to be a lot of fun. And they all looked at me like I had 3 heads. And I said, okay, I know you're going to like this. It's going to be fun. So, okay, I just said, okay, Joe, I want you to get together a team. I don't care if they're Leos, just get a team together and show up. So he did. They came, they had a great time. And guess what? He got Leos to join just because they came and did that event. Actually, they were 2 twin brothers, so that was great. And one of them was president, one of them was vice president after that. So again, you have to remind, just like Lions, ask one. I mean, you have to remind the kids to tell people about the club and to bring in their friends, because it really brings up, the membership, and it gets them more excited because they're doing things with their friends. But for some reason, they don't always ask. So that it's a good thing to remind them.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think that's a good place for about a 5 or 6 minute break.
Okay, can you just let me, I just have one more thing.
Sure, go ahead.
1 second. Each community is different, so work with your Leo Club and Lions Club to assess the unique qualities of your community and how you can best reach youth with various recruiting techniques. So that's just there. And then again, just to go over this module, and then if anybody has questions, and then we can take a break. That way we end right at the end of the module. Leo Club advisors, as we said, because this is actually the biggest module, and I actually think this is probably the most important one that we just went over. But you act as mentor, motivator, counselor, liaison, and service role model, and your approach as a Leo Club advisor will depend on the type of the club, the location, and the Leos themselves. So we can have questions now, and then maybe have a break.
I don't see any, let me see. No questions at this time. If anybody can think of anything during the break, we will come back to that. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause the recording right now.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
It's important for Leo Club advisors to have a clear understanding of the administrative responsibilities and obligations to ensure the Leo Club is properly managed. This module will review the key administrative aspects of the Leo Club. We're going to go over Leo membership and reporting, service activities and reporting, Leo Club operations, club fees and accounting, and privacy insurance and branding. Next slide, please. Okay, these are the Leo 50 membership forms. Leos interested in joining the club should complete these and give them to the Leo Club advisors. The Leo Club advisor or a Leo officer should then put the members' information in MyLCI, including using these forms. The sponsoring Lions clubs keep these on record. You do not send these to international headquarters. Okay, next slide, please. This is really important. The Alpha Leo membership form, it's Form 50A, is especially important for youth under legal age of majority in Alpha Leo clubs. The sponsoring Lions Club must have an application form signed by one of their parents and/or guardians. This is really important. It gives us permission to use pictures. If we take their pictures at an event, we have the permission on file, that kind of thing. But we have to have their permission, since they're minors, permission from their parents to join the club also. And you need to keep those on record. Next slide, please. Reporting new members in MyLCI. There are many resources available through MyLCI. It's amazing what they have now. Just like for Lions, there's all kinds of information. Once you put their information in, you'll be able to print their membership cards, their membership certificates, and their new member guide. Okay, you can actually print those. You can order them. I think there's probably, I'm not sure if there's a slide on that, but there's a publication form, and the forms themselves are free to get, because it's nice to have the glossy brochures to hand out if you're having an event, so that you have something to hand out. They're free, but you do have to pay for the shipping, just so you know that. Okay, next slide, please. Importance of membership reporting and officer records. Each year, the sponsoring Lions Club president and secretary must report the Leo Club advisor, even if there are no changes. Has to be done every year. Leo Club advisors can be reported via online via MyLCI or using the Leo 72 report form. After you have been reported as a Leo Club advisor, you will receive MyLCI login instructions via email, which will allow you to set up your MyLCI account to report Leo Club members and officers, access member resources, and submit service activity reports. As a Leo Club advisor, it is one of your most important roles to make sure your Leo Club officers and members are updated, and that the Lions Club officers have officially appointed you to the role of the Leo Club advisor to ensure that you actually receive regular communications and program updates. If you have any questions about your appointment, please contact LCI at leo@lionsclubs.org. Okay, that's leo@lionsclubs.org, because we have found that a lot of advisors haven't been receiving things, and it's basically because they've been an advisor for the last 5 years and it was just never, added in again. If it's not done every year, then somehow they must reset or something, but they're not getting things, so that you have to make sure you do that every year. Remember, reporting your members is one of the key responsibilities of being a Leo Club advisor. We actually have a club that has been in existence for a long time, and we used to file, when we filed the annual report, to say who the new officer was going to be, or the new advisors. You attached a roster, and Lions Club International would actually input the information. Well, that's changed. Obviously, with everything growing, they just couldn't keep up with it, I'm sure, and with everything that's been going on. But anyway, so now it's up to us, and it's easy because we have many people, which we'll get into too, that are able to do that. But in any event, he wasn't happy because he didn't think that he should have to put in, the advisor wasn't happy because he didn't think he should have to put in all the new members, that they used to do that. Well, they did, but in any event, usually you don't have 100 members to put in at once. And if you keep up with it, it's really not that big of a problem. If you need or would like more detailed instruction on reporting, we have just done an advisory panel webinar where LCI Young Lions and Leo Program Department Coordinator Cindy Wicklin, if you ever have questions, that's probably who you'll get if you call LCI. She's wonderful. She actually did a presentation for us on reporting, which I will be happy to send you, so please request it in the chat or contact me, because I have the entire thing, and it's very detailed on what you do. so that it will help people, new people just trying it. So just let me know about that. Next slide, please. This shows you who has reporting access. This is a list of the officers that have the ability to put the information in. The Leo Club president, Leo Club secretary, Leo Club advisor, but also the sponsoring Lions Club president and secretary. They can all report members. They can all put them in, make changes, whatever. The two bottoms just is basically for district officers and multiple district officers, which we don't have in Connecticut for Leos right now. Next slide, please. Service reporting is done for Leo clubs in My Lion, just like Lions. Unlike My LCI, all Leos have access to a My Lion account with a member ID number. They have to be entered to get that number. Any member can create a project for their club. Only the Leo Club advisors, presidents, and secretaries can approve it. So reasons to report, this is really important. To demonstrate the impact of your Leo Club. You know, just like Lions Club, Lions Clubs International need information for what's going on. They get matching grants for things. If they can show all the service hours that are put in by all of us, it would be wonderful, because it would be unbelievable, because we certainly don't report probably half of what everybody does. I don't even know if that's the right statistic, but it seems like it's at least that. Also helps Lion Clubs International measure the global growth and impact of the Leos around the world. And it opens the Leo members and clubs up for service reporting awards. Next slide, please. This is My Lion service reporting access. Again, these are the people that can put in the service reporting for the clubs. The Leo Club president and secretary for their own club, and the advisor to which the club, whatever clubs they're assigned to. Again, the district information, that kind of thing. But this is helpful to know, because if for some reason the secretary can't do it, the president can obviously do it, just like Lions. My Lion service reporting access. If you are the Leo Club advisor reporting for a Leo Club, you will be able to select Leo Club in the drop-down menu under activity details. This screenshot shows what the Leo Club options are under plan future activity. The Leo Club officer will only show the Leo Club name in this section. Okay. As a Leo Club advisor, you should be closely involved in the supervision of the Leo Club officer elections and act as a reference for the Leos should there be any questions or discrepancies. Elections should take place during the fourth quarter of each fiscal year, with elected individuals taking office July 1st. School-based clubs may opt to hold elections during a different time of the year as fits with school policy and practices. Again, voting protocol is shared here. However, more detail can be found in Chapter 22 of the LCI Board Policy. And when in doubt, refer to Chapter 22 of the LCI Board Policy Manual for specific details related to Leo Club voting and protocol. Leo Club roles. Next slide, please. This just lists regular meetings, allows the Leos to come together to discuss matters of importance, and they can be held in person, as we already discussed, virtually or a hybrid. Meeting roles, obviously, we're all Lions, so we basically orchestrate our Leo meetings just like Lions, and the president calls it to order and leads. The secretary takes minutes and attendance records. The treasurer is a little tricky. They should report on the state of Leo Club finances. Obviously, because we're alpha clubs, they cannot sign, although I have to tell you, I do have my club treasurer sign. They probably don't even know that the bank wouldn't take their signature because they're underage, but it's still, that's their job, and I want them to feel that they're doing their job, and they're learning how to write checks, they're learning how to keep a checkbook and that kind of thing. But you have to be very careful, and some clubs don't even really have the treasurer have a treasurer. The advisor does the books because they obviously don't want the books going out and maybe not coming back. Not that that hopefully would happen, but just as precautionary measures, because obviously the sponsoring Lions Club is responsible for any debt or anything that the Leo Club does. Okay, next slide, please. Officer installation and new member induction. Obviously, we should always do that, and try not to wait too long during the year to induct new Leos, because you want to get them involved as soon as possible. I mean, they still can be involved, but I mean, they'll feel part of it if they have their induction. And online, again, there are the ceremonies and everything that you can get. Or you can invite me to come and I'll be happy to do it. Okay, next slide. Leo Club fees. In addition to maintain pace with the ongoing growth and development of the Leo Club program, certain fees are assessed both by the International Headquarters Office and the local Lions Administration. These fees support the development of resources for Leos, such as the Leo Leadership Grant Program, Leo Clubhouse, My LCI for Leos, the Leo Facebook page, a refreshed Leo brand, and promotional materials, and many more. The charter fee is $100, as we've discussed, and it's billed directly to the sponsoring Lions Club at the time of a new Leo Club's organization. That's a one-time fee. Because Leos are considered a service activity of a Lions Club, sponsoring Lions Clubs may remit payment for Leo Club sponsorship using their administrative or activity account. The fee covers charter processing and the charter kits, which includes a certificate of organization for the charter, a Leo Club officer's kit, Leo Club sponsor kit, and a Leo lapel pins for each original Leo Club member. I believe it's up to 20. The annual Leo levy is $100 yearly fee for each active Leo club. The Lions Clubs are billed an annual Leo Club sponsor levy fee of $100 each July to cover the Leo Club program materials, mailings, club record maintenance, communications, awards, program resources, and insurance. While the International Headquarters does not collect dues from Leos, individual Leo clubs may collect dues or admission fees to offset costs related to the annual Leo levy or other administrative expenses. Some of the Leo clubs actually pay that. They don't have their sponsoring clubs pay that if they can. You don't have to, but some do. The Leo Club dues are determined by the individual club and should be specified in the club constitution and bylaws. This is determined by the club as to what they charge, just like the Lions Clubs over and above what they're billed from Lions Club International in the district. Most clubs in our district charge like $5 a year. It's not a lot, but they do have to have something in their administrative fund if they need to mail things, or at holiday time if they want to have a party, or at the end of the year they want to have a pizza party, or when they do their inductions of and installations of new people, they can, they'll have a little bit of money. It's important to keep in mind that any dues or assessments on Leo Club membership should be nominal and should only be for the purpose of covering the club's administrative expenses. Generally speaking, funds for activities and projects undertaken by Leo Clubs should not be collected through member dues or fees. Any Leo Club member who has failed to pay their member dues to the club at the time of a vote at any regular or special meeting will forfeit the privilege of voting and be considered as not in good standing until the dues are paid. It is also important to note that if your club falls within a Leo district or Leo multiple district, they may assess additional club or member dues. If a Leo club is no longer active, the Leo Club Termination Form Leo 86 must be received by the Leo Club Program Department by August 31st to receive credit for the $100 that they may have paid in July for the current year's Leo levy only. Even when some clubs have become inactive, they've kept their charter so that they can restart at any time. We have just had the Belltown Leos. They are now restarting, which is very exciting because they still have their charter. And as PCC Nanette was just speaking about, she's restarting her club too, because they still have their charter too. Otherwise, you have to get a whole new charter. Let's say it's this actually happened. The Putnam Leos were a club for a long time, and then wasn't active and they turned their charter in. So when they started the Leo Club up, they had to get another charter and they couldn't use the same name. They had to use Putnam Leo Club 2. So just keep that in mind. Okay, administrative funds versus activity funds. Some Leo clubs use the existing bank accounts of their sponsoring Lions Club, while other Leo clubs may open their own bank accounts under the supervision of the sponsoring Lions Club. If a Leo club chooses to open a bank account, 2 signatures are required: the Leo club secretary or treasurer and a designee of the sponsoring Lions Club. The Leo who is granted the authority to oversee this bank account should be able to open and co-sign a bank account and execute checks in accordance with local laws. Obviously, I already talked about that. Our Alpha Leos aren't of age, but we still have them sign. It is important that clubs have 2 district funds, just like Lions Club, to separate the administrative activity from the public or fundraising account. The administrative funds should be used to support club activities and pay local dues if applicable. The fundraising account should be used to support the club's community service activities. With the consent of the board of directors, funds may be transferred from the administrative account to the activity account. Leo clubs that have bank accounts should specifically state how the account will be handled and maintained in the club's constitution and bylaws. Next slide, please. It is, of course, our hope that no harm or damage would ever occur as a result of Lions or Leo activities. But the truth is that accidents happen and clubs should be informed of their insurance and liability coverage. Leo clubs have the exact same coverage as Lions clubs and are automatically insured and covered under the general liability insurance policy of Lions Clubs International. Okay, if you have any questions relating to the specific coverage policy, please visit LCI website or contact the legal division at legal@lionsclubs.org. I would like to point out that if you're having an event, you can just go online, you can go and Google and just type Lions Club International Insurance. And you're able to put in information on an event and actually print your own insurance certificate. And you should try to remember to do that. Sometimes it's needed to use school facilities. When we have dances in the school, I always have to provide it. You know, other things that you may hold other places. Especially if it's town property, they're gonna request it. But it's so easy. Before we had to contact them and try to get it. If you didn't remember to do it in time, you might not get it. But this, you can just go in and print it yourself, fill it out and print it. It's really very easy and very helpful. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, Leo and Lions emblem. There was a rebranding done in December of 2020. And now the Alpha and Omega pins are the same color. They're all gray. So if you're starting a new club, they're not going to look the same as they did in the past. They started being gold with maroon in the middle, and then they went to silver with maroon in the middle. And now they're basically gray. They are registered trademarks of Lions Club International. They're available on the LCI website for download. And they may be reproduced by the Leo Club for usage on stationery, websites, and other printed materials, but they cannot be used on any item sold to members or the general public for fundraising purposes. Okay, we have an actual contest at Midwinter. This will be the 11th year where we have the Leos design a new pin. And we actually work with the pin traders. And last year we had a pin designed, which was it was great. It showed the times perfectly. They made it look almost like, not a stop sign, but a road sign. It was yellow background, and they put the Leo emblem in the middle, and they put masks on the lion on each side. Unfortunately, we cannot do anything to the emblem. So we had to ask them to change it. So they put the actual mask below it and said still serving in 2021. So that was a great pin. And I do still have a few of those available if anybody's interested. But anyway, the point is that we can't distort or rotate the logos in any way. We can't remove or replace the lion's head with any other animal, object, or shape. We can't alter the color or appearance of the logo using effects. We can't alter alpha or the omega font. And we can't alter the color or appearance of the logo using effects or remove the text from alpha or omega Leos, the logo. Okay. Thank you. And these are important dates that we have. Throughout the year, many special events take place to celebrate the Leo Club program and recognize Leos for their contribution to the overall humanitarian work of Lions Clubs International. In October, Leo Clubs host membership drives, and individual Leos will receive recognition for inviting youth into the club. On December 5th, we commemorate the chartering of the very first Leo Club on December 1st, 1957, known as International Leo Day. December 5th is a day of celebration and promotion of the Leo Club program. April is Leo Club Awareness Month, which calls on Leos and Lions to spread the word of Leo's clubs and the great service that they provide to their communities and the leadership opportunities available to you through this program. At the end of the fiscal year, Leos gather at the International Convention, where they participate in events, seminars, celebrations, and service activities. And then in July, we have the USA-Canada Leo Leadership Forum, which, as PCC Nanette said, I'm third vice president and have been involved with these forums since the beginning. The first two actually took place in New York, and I brought kids there. The third one was in Arizona, which we also brought kids to. Very hot, but it was great. And the fourth one, unfortunately, was supposed to be in Canada, and we couldn't go, so we had it virtual, but it really was a great experience for the Leos. So keep these dates in mind, please. So the things we've learned in this module: $100 annual fee to sponsor a Leo Club. Reporting Leos shows the impact of the Leo Club to Lions International, and records must be updated yearly. Please remember that. Leos are covered under Lions insurance, and the logos are allowed to be used on promotion, communication, and websites, but can't be used on items sold for profit. So do we have any questions about any of the things in this module?
Okay, can we report Leo Club service for both the Lions Club and the Leo Club? And that's Past Governor Allen had asked that question.
I'm not sure I understand what he means.
I was just wondering, we have Leos that come to our service projects.
Yep.
Actually, that's how our Leo Club started.
Yep.
So can we report their hours when our club secretary reports what we're doing? And since they were chartered September 7th, can they also count for their own Leo Club service hours?
I don't see why not. I mean, I can double check that for you, but I don't see why not.
Terrific, because we had an organizational meeting, we had one club meeting, we're having an executive board meeting tomorrow, and then the second regular meeting on the following Sunday.
Yeah, well, there's a place to report the meetings, but for Lions, I have to tell you, I'm not sure if there is a place for that on the Leos. I will have to check on that.
Yeah, there is. The LCI site, it works just like
same thing.
My LCI.
Okay.
Just as complicated and convoluted and difficult to enter information
yeah, I know.
as our regular club reports.
It is a little difficult.
Once the information is in there, you don't have to bounce around. You can download a directory and have the members check the information to make sure that fumble-fisted advisors hit the right keys.
I do want to point out one thing about the meetings, though. Some of the school, what do I want to say? Like, say the National Honor Society, they will not accept the hours for meetings. They only want service, quote, actual activity, service activity. It can't be, our meetings for that, things like that.
And I don't know how it is in some of your all's high schools, but our Leo Club president took the initiative came up with a form with all of the Leos on it and turned it into guidance saying, look, these people are going to be doing service projects at least once a month through the whole year, rather than doing it every single time and having the members run back and forth. So that's something you all may want to think about.
Excellent idea. Excellent. Thank you.
I'm learning an awful lot in my first month from the Leos.
They were down to 10 minutes, Diana.
Oh my goodness, we're not going to be able to get everything in, are we?
And I need to run to get ready for a district cabinet meeting. You all have a wonderful weekend. Diana, thank you again so much, and we will be in touch.
Thank you, and have a happy wedding day.
Thank you.
And nice to see you, Past District Governor.
Thank you
Allen.
for coming.
PCC Manette. Shana Tova. Again.
Okay, take care.
Okay, let's just go through this really quickly, this next module. Go ahead, Nanette.
I'm getting there for you. Just one moment. Slide, we're on 4.
Yep.
All right.
I guess I talked too much because I thought we were going to have extra time.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, the first one is actually going to be a picture of the headquarters. There are 300 LCI and LCIF associates that work there, providing support for Lions and Leos. Obviously, they're not all there right now. Some of them are working from home. The next slide, please. This is actually a list of the Leo Club program resources provided by LCI. And I don't want to spend too much time just looking at this, but we're going to get into a little bit of it. But again, if you get the recording, then you'll be able to see it.
Right,
Go to the next slide, please.
certainly.
The first place you should visit is the Leo page at www.lionsclubs.org. This page has links to all of the Leo Club resources and other pages to explore related to Leo Clubs. The next one. LCI has created online resources to help market your Leo Club online and get tips and tricks faster. You can find all of the links to the Leo resources under the Lions resource section, selecting the audience of Leos or in the resource section of lions.org. Okay, next slide, please. LCI has a number of brochures, as I mentioned, posters and guides on Leos, which you can download or order physical printed ones from LCI, but you can download them, and I have done that. Ask Lisa. Next form, that's the form that you, the next slide. This is the form that you use to order them. There are maximums that you can order at one time, and they will ask what you are going to use them for. But they're free, but you have to pay for postage. But that's the form. It's the form 72, is it? Anyway, publications form. All right, the Leo Club items from LCI Club Supplies. Their store has materials in the Leo Supplies section for new Leo members and Leo Club meetings, including new member kits, Leo lapel pins, Leo bells, and Leo apparel. Okay, you can buy pins separately. And the only time you would get pins is with the original organization with the charter. Otherwise, they are separate from the membership kit now. The membership kit is actually $4.95. I think the pins are $3.95. So if anybody loses one. Next slide, please. All Leo Club officers, Leo Club members, Leo Club advisors, district and multiple district Leo chairpersons who have been reported for the current fiscal year and provided a unique email address will automatically receive the Leo e-news from international headquarters. The e-news is sent quarterly and provides important information about upcoming deadlines, events, and resources for Leos and Lions involved in the Leo Club program. If you believe you have reported your contact details to international headquarters and are not receiving the Leo e-news, please contact the Leo Club program department to inquire as to why you are not. Okay, Leo Club Facebook page. The Leo Facebook page provides Lions and Leos with quick access to the latest news and developments within the Leo Club program. The Facebook page also serves as a platform for Leos throughout the world to connect with one another and share ideas on topics such as effective community service projects or being a good leader. Like the Leo e-News, it's also a great way to stay informed of the latest news and events related to the Leo Club program. Follow the page at www.facebook.com/Leo Clubs. The next slide is about the Leo Club Advisory panel. It's an advisory board made up of 32 Leos and Lions, 16 Leos and 16 Lions from each constitutional area that meet monthly and work on committees, providing feedback to LCI and creating resources to help the Leo Club program. And I'm very honored to be on that right now. We actually work on 3 committees that focus on Leo recruitment, Leo membership, experience, and Leo to Lion transition. Each committee has to create PowerPoints and guides that you can find on the Lions website. We encourage you to check them out. And the application, unfortunately, the application process just was closed for the 2022-2024 panel. But if you are interested in representing your constitutional area, please consider applying next year. Applications are actually due on August 15th. Okay, the next one, Lions Learning Center provides Lions and Leos with the opportunity to develop leadership skills through online learning courses accessible through the LCI website. Now this next one's important. Leo Leadership Grants. The Leo Leadership Grant offers Leos an opportunity to develop their leadership skills through a training or a conference created with the specific needs of Leos in mind. Grants to help fund such conferences or trainings are available to Lions districts, multiple districts, and constitutional areas and must address the development of Leo's leadership skills, specifically in the areas of project management, teamwork, communication, innovation, or planning community service projects. Lions Club's International awards up to $2,000 each fiscal year. To be considered for grant funding, grant applications must be submitted and approved prior to holding the event. Applications are reviewed in the order in which they are received, beginning July 1st, and are accepted on a rolling basis until May 1st of each fiscal year. Grants are awarded to eligible applicants based on the content and quality of the planned leadership event. The application can be found in the Leo section of the LCI website. And then there's another grant, next slide please, which is a service grant. The LCIF Leo Service Grant started in 2018 to help provide financial assistance to Leo service projects. A Lions district or multiple district can apply for up to $5,000, regardless of the number of clubs involved or type, with a 25% matching requirement mobilized by the local Lions and Leos. This grant is the first grant that the foundation created just for Leos. Leo clubs looking to do a project that has a strong service component, Leo-Lion collaboration, or meets an unmet humanitarian need in the community should consider applying for this grant. And if you have any questions, you go to LCIF Leo Grants at lionsclubs.org. All of this is online and is very accessible. The next one is Leo Awards. LCI offers a variety of awards and recognition for Leos and Lions involved in the Leo Club program. Some awards are meant for individual Leos and Lions, while others are designed to recognize Leo clubs, districts, or multiple districts. Again, just go on the website for more information. So this module was, at least you found out you can print things online, and all the resources are very accessible. So please look into them. Here.
One moment. I have no questions. There's no questions.
Okay.
I'll go on with your last module. One moment. Module 5.
Okay. This module will cover how Leo Club advisors support the Leo to Lion journey and the different types of Lions clubs Leos can join. Next slide. Next slide. Objectives. This training is an overview of the different service pathways available to LEOs with a deep dive into the Leo Lion membership program, Lion Club types, and awards for advisors and chairpersons. A quick fact, in 2019 survey was done, the majority of the Leos indicated that continuing their service journey as Lions was important to them. However, the transition rate from Leo to Lion is under 10%. We really need to work on this. I think there was a disconnect, but I think this new Leo to Lion program is really going to make a difference. Why your support matters. The Leo Club advisor is usually the first and most prominent connection a Leo has to the broader Lions Club family. Their role is to encourage the relationship between Leos and their Lions Club members. Help Leos plan a roadmap to their continuing service with Lions Clubs International. A Leo's relationship with their Lions Club doesn't start when you ask them to become a Lion. It's throughout a Leo experience. Some pointers on helping Leos: hold joint Leo and Lion service projects, which is always a great thing. Make Leos feel welcome at the Lions meetings and events. I've said this a couple of times, but I can't stress it enough. While they are active Leos, before thinking about inviting them as new Lions members. Positive role models and experiences matter. Feeling respected and vital to the group and their cause makes for a very positive experience. We talked about the positive things. A diminished input or feeling of failure can demotivate Leos. Next one, report your Leos today. Reporting service in MyLCI is huge for a Leo service journey. And here's why. They only get communications about continuing their journey if their service is reported in the system. Again, getting back to how important it is to report. They can see the years of impact they've had on their record in MyLCI, and their service will help them reach the eligibility requirements. Leos must serve at least 1 year and a day to be eligible for the Leo Lion program. Next slide, thank you. As an advisor, your role is to provide a roadmap that presents multiple options for Leos to continue their service journey in Lions. Talk to them about their future plans. Find out what they're looking for. Understand the different choices, opportunities, and challenges that Leos face today compared to your experiences. Encourage them to keep serving and to develop their leadership skills. Offer them different pathways to Lions membership. Show them how Lions membership is flexible. One thing I try to always emphasize is the leadership opportunities and training that they get through Lions. It's very important to these young people because they have to pay a lot of money to take some of those courses. And we provide them pretty much free of charge. It's easy to think Leos don't want to become Lions or they'll be too busy with school and maybe they'll come back later. Here's some things to remind you and your Leos. Schools around the world are filled with students who have joined service clubs and organizations. In fact, some schools require them to actually require service to remain in good standing. Volunteer hours are now part of scholarship requirements and are part of well-rounded professional resumes. I have to tell you, personal experience, I've had a couple of kids that I knew applied at the same college. They both had good grades. One had community service, the other one didn't. I'm not sure that's the only reason why the other one didn't get accepted, but the one with community service did get accepted. They are looking for well-rounded kids. They're not just looking for the best athletes and the best scholars anymore. They do want well-rounded kids. So we have many choices. They can join an Omega Leo Club. They can become a Leo Lion. They can join a campus Lions Club, a virtual Lions Club, or a branch club. Okay, so important points at the end of this. Leos benefit from positive relationship with Lions early in their Leo journey. Reporting your Leos to Lions Clubs International ensures communication, credit for years of service, and eligibility as a Leo Lion, and help your Leos plan their continued service with Lions Clubs International. Okay. And then this next section, we're probably not going to have enough time to really go through this, but we could probably do this at a different time, but this is a great program that they've implemented. This shows you the Leo Lion pin that she just had up. I know she's been jumping around a little bit here, but
sorry. Okay, where are you right now?
in the beginning of the Leo to Lion program. Right there.
Okay.
That's good. Go,
Got it.
yep, that's good. The Leo Lion program is a membership program exclusively for Leos who are ready to become Lions. This is a Lions membership type and not part of the Leo program. It's important to understand the eligibility. A current or former Leo seeking membership must also meet the criteria of 1, having served as a Leo for at least 1 year plus 1 day, and 2 is between the age of legal majority through age 35. They can actually stay a Leo Lion for that up to the age of 35.
Wow.
A current Leo can transition directly from the Leo program to this Lions membership type, or a former Leo who left Lions can return to the organization and join as a Leo Lion member if they still meet the requirements of the program. So this is showing you the benefits. In July of 2018, when International President Gudrun Ingvedorder appointed the first Leo board liaisons, Leo Lion board liaisons as added program benefit. In each year, 2 Leo Lion board liaisons are now appointed by the International President to promote the Leo Lion program, represent young Lions and members and Leos around the world. I just want to add and let you know this. Right now, one of these 2 people is from Suriname, and her name is Leo Lion Shafani Vin, and she was appointed from Suriname by our International President, Douglas Alexander from New York, to serve on the board with LCI. It's amazing. And we met her at a USA Canada Leo Leadership Forum. So I have Leos in my club that know this person. So it's great that the Leo program has come this far and we actually know somebody that's on the international board. It's just amazing. Many districts and multiple districts have followed this model of inviting young leaders to non-voting positions on their cabinets and councils to gain insight to issues important to young members. In 2019, Leo shared their feedback in a survey and identified membership benefits that are important in their decision to become Lion members. In January of 2020, the Enhanced Leo Lion program was launched. So all of these things that you see here are the benefits. Obviously, the 50% discount on international dues is a great way to have them join because it's sometimes hard when they're in school. Okay, we're just going to kind of keep going here. Each month, Lions Clubs International ships complimentary Leo Lion membership pins to new Leo Lion members who were entered by my LCI in the prior month, and they can purchase additional pins from Lions Club's shop. But pins are to be worn only by Leo Lions and are not to be traded or gifted to non-Leo Lion members. Can you keep going, Nanette, please, on the slides? Nanette?
Guess which one? No, is it the Leo membership pin?
Yep, keep going.
Scholarship opportunities.
There we go. The Leo Lion Cultural Exchange Ambassador Scholarship. I'm not going to get into all this. Advanced Leo Leadership Institute, ALI. These are scholarships available to them. Professional networking, next slide please, is very important because they're about to start their careers. So networking is very important, and this is a professional networking group for Leo Lions. Dual Leo and Lion membership, next slide. I know we're rushing, I'm sorry. If a Leo Lion has a strong relationship with their Leo club, they can continue serving with their Leo club while serving in their Lions club. They must be between the ages of 18 as an Alpha Leo and through the age of 30 as an Omega Leo. Dual membership ends at age 30. Isn't that a great slide with the mirror? I love that.
I love that.
Okay, Lions Club types attract young members. Again, I think I've gone over a lot of that, but at least 10 former Leos must be part of the 20 minimum charter member requirement. If they wanted to start their own Leo Lion Club, they can do that. Next slide, Campus Lions Club, which we've somewhat talked about. We have one here in Connecticut. Club options, they can start a branch club and they can start their own specialty club. So there are many options now that hopefully we as Lions are going to let them know about. And there are easy transition steps. Again, we don't have time to get into this, but this is at the end. And if you get the recorded seminar from today, they will be included and you can look at them. But there are steps outlined, verify that they were Leo Lions, so their membership eligibility is there. Decide which club works best for each member and how you put in things as far as information. They also have Leo to Lion awards. Okay. Young Lions are dynamic members of our organization, approximately ages 40 and younger, who bring fresh perspectives and leadership skills to our clubs and communities. So why don't you go to the end, last slide that's there. I really skipped.
Which
I
one?
know I had to skip a lot, but we're definitely over. But I just want to go over 2 more things before we lose everyone. And as I said, you'll be able to read these on your own time too. But I just read that one, so go ahead.
Okay.
Whoop, you didn't put the one in for the Leo Share pin. Okay, one other thing I wanted to point out. There's a new LCIF Leo Share pin. It was created as special recognition for Leos who encourage support of the Lions International Foundation and who have donated $20. That's not the pin. That's the Leo Lion pin.
Sorry,
There's
I'm
another-
trying to,
Yep.
was it on the slide?
I don't know if you added that slide at the end.
I don't
You
think.
may not have. I thought you did. But anyway, it's actually it's an LCIF pin and it says Leo on it with Lion Share supporter. And if they donate $20, they will get that pin. And connecting Leos with LCIF and beginning a legacy of supporting our foundation. So it's really important. I'd like to end this with saying, as advisors, we need to realize that we definitely have an impact on their lives and leave an impression on our Leos. I'd like to end by reading parts of this letter that was sent to me from a previous Leo in my club. I actually brought her to our last Leo forum, which was in person in Arizona, and it was actually her first time flying. So we are involved in a lot of firsts for some of these kids, but this is the letter. This is Grise. I don't even know where to begin. You have impacted my life so much over these past 5 years. Thank you for being someone that I can easily recognize as a role model in my life. You have truly shown me almost everything I know about being a leader and giving back to our community. Leo's is such an amazing organization, and I am so grateful that I got to be part of this club for so long. Thank you for dedicating so much of your time to the Leos and Lions. Thank you for supporting our new Leos, our ideas, and for always hosting the most fun Leo Christmas party games. I will definitely miss those a lot. You are an amazing woman who truly understands the power of service. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I shouldn't.
Oh.
For everything. You have changed my life forever. So when I say I've been a Leo advisor for 25 years, this is why. Thank you so much for attending, and I hope I helped pass on some information. And thank you for all you do, because you are very important to the Leo program.
You're making me cry, knock it off.
Sorry.
I want to read a comment here. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful, Diana. Lion Lynn said that this has been a very helpful and helpful to understand what a Leo club can be. Middlefield and Durham are just considering starting a club. Yay! Where or how can I get information? And that's, you can talk to Diana. And Lion Marcia said the stories and examples given are excellent ways to help us. And she said, thanks. And I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. My goodness, Diana. I gotta, oh my goodness, I need a Kleenex.